Okay, so for anyone out there sort of navigating this whole well-being thing, always trying to find that, lasting happiness, Bruce Hood's book, The Science of Happiness, it really lands with a punch. Today we're diving into it, pulling out the bits that really challenge how we usually think about being well. And get this, right at the start, Hood throws out this core idea. Happiness, it's not mainly about self-care, not really.
Exactly. That's the big aha moment, isn't it? He argues pretty strongly that real happiness, that deep contentment, it's actually about connection. And this isn't just like feel-good advice. It's based on solid neuroscience, developmental psychology, all distilled into these 7 lessons.
Okay, connection. But if it's not about focusing on ourselves all the time, what's stopping us? Hood says something kind of provocative, that our own brains, their wiring, can actually get in the way of happiness. That sounds backwards, doesn't it? How does that work?
It really does sound backwards. But think about it. Our brains evolved for survival, for like tribal life. So they have these built-in tendencies, things like, well, self-obsession, constantly comparing ourselves to others, focusing on what we don't have. When you're scrolling social media and you see these perfect lives and instantly your brain goes, oh, I'm not doing well enough. Hood explains that's not just a modern problem, it's actually old wiring for social comparison. Useful in a tribe, maybe, but now, in this super connected world, it trips us up. So those negative thoughts you feel, they're kind of automatic, deeply ingrained.
So that inner critic, feeling like you're falling short, that's the brain doing its old job, but it's not really helping us now. And Hood really pushes back against this modern idea, this huge emphasis on finding happiness all by yourself, right? We're told, look inward, find yourself. But he's saying maybe that's not the whole story.
Precisely. It makes you ask, doesn't it? If we're only looking inward, what are we missing? Hood's point is pretty clear. Lasting contentment, it doesn't really come from just fixing ourselves in isolation. It comes from, our relationships, how we interact, that feeling of belonging. It's about looking outward, too, building those bonds that actually our brains are wired to need.
Right, okay. So if our brains have these unhelpful default settings, can we actually, change them? Can we rewire things to focus more on connection instead of, say, comparison?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the practical side of the book. It's not just pointing out the problem. It gives you strategies backed by science to do just that. Understanding how your brain works, why these habits form, that's the first step. Then you can start breaking those negative loops, shifting your focus away from those self-defeating thoughts towards more positive engagement, especially socially. That actually strengthens different pathways in the brain.
So this rewiring, this shift, it all points back to one main solution for, getting happier. What's that key path?
It all circles back to connection, fostering genuine connections. And interestingly, it's not just connection with other people, though that's huge. It's also about connecting with things that actually matter beyond just stuff, beyond material things or status. And he stresses this isn't just his opinion. It's what the science points to, drawing from all that research. Connection isn't just a nice bonus for happiness. It's pretty much essential for our well-being, like a biological need.
Okay, so boiling it down, the big insight from the science of happiness is really that genuine connection. It's absolutely key. It kind of flips the script on looking for happiness just within ourselves. This whole deep dive really suggests moving beyond only focusing inward and instead cultivating well-being through those connections and, understanding our minds better. So maybe a final thought for you listening. How might focusing more on your connections, not just your individual goals, actually reshape your daily search for well-being?